Hello, J6 back. It's once again time to spin the wheel of weekly challenge for week 11. There's only 4 weeks left of the regular season, and we are down to 4 of the most interesting choices. Are you excited to spin this wheel, bud? What are you looking for? What do you want it to land on?
Let's see.
Let's see. All right. You like to have chance come up. So just so everyone knows, the winner of week 9, the lucky AF, was Andrew, who made it back-to-back. I have not paid him yet, but I will. And then week 10 was Kevin winning top scorer, a dark horse candidate, and I like to see that. So, are you ready to spin the wheel, Hero?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, click it twice. And click harder. There you go. There it goes. What will it land on? I hope it lands on Blackjack 21. That's the one I'm interested in. I don't think it's only on that, though. I have a good one, though. What color is it landing on?
Yellow.
Yeah. Yellow is photo finish. It's the team that wins by the smallest margin of victory. So if there's a game that's really, really close and one team barely wins over another, for instance, like a matchup between was it Jason and Seth? Seth would have won that and then lost it again because the stats changed and he ended up losing 2 days later. So that would have been confusing. I would have had to steal money back from somebody. I hope that doesn't happen this week, huh? All right, bud. Are you excited for this week? I'm excited for this week. Let's get it started. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
J6.
Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to a special War Bunker edition of the J6 Podcast. It is a solo one, as I have, it is now 1:30 in the morning. I still have an hour and a half until I have to start my work, which will mostly be sitting around waiting for the things that I don't care about to happen to help out people I don't like very much. And I'll just leave it at that. Got to spend large amounts of money on tree maintenance to take out of a tree this past week. That was going to come down, or it was splitting, could have come down. Spent thousands of dollars on that, and that was the highlight of my last 2 weeks. That and Rachel was on vacation. I was solo parenting Hero. We had a blast. That dude is fun. I love my kid. He's funny. And I'll get into another great part of that in just a moment, as we start talking about J6 back, which we are somehow in week 11, which is incredible to me. It's been a long season, but also feels very short. It feels like it's flying by. That could have something to do with the fact that my team's pretty good. But, I think it's been a good season so far, and I hope you all are having a great time. I sure am. Moving on, I did want to do a little bit of a recap. We're going to fly through this because I want to get this thing actually posted before I have to start working. But we're going to do a very brief little recap. We're only going to talk about, let's say, 2 to 3 matches over the last 2 weeks. Let's get this screen share going. For those of you who still don't watch the podcast on video, this week you're not missing out too much because it's just going to be me. But other weeks, we do some fun stuff here. Let's see. There it is. It was probably a while ago. I swear to God. Riverside's getting weirder and weirder to use every time I use it. Moving on. So, week 9. There's only one game I really want to talk about, and we all know which game that's going to be. My matchup with Lou was a slugfest right into the end. heading into Monday night, I got a huge game from Caleb Williams, which was huge. Shockingly a low game from JT. And big games from my boy JSN, Jamar Chase. It was overall a very good week. Dalton Kincaid coming through for me on that one. But heading into the final game, which was, yes, the Cowboys versus Arizona, Monday Night Football. It was close, very close. Lou had Dak Prescott going and CeeDee Lamb because he's such a big Cowboys fan. He's got to have his Cowboys in there. You hear Lou all the time going, ooh, go Cowboys, America's team. He's been saying it for my whole life. I mean, it's the only thing I ever hear him talking about, really. He was, relying on his guys, and I was, of course, relying on Brandon Aubrey. And we got an interesting game where the Cowboys were just getting spanked around by the Cardinals for most of it. What was really annoying was that two situations where the Cowboys had gotten stopped and were going to kick a field goal. They instead fumbled it at the end of that being stopped. So Aubrey missed out on 2 field goals. Anyway, long story short, we head into the final drive of the game. And it is so close that Lou needs only one single point. Maybe not even that. But I'm going to say one single point from Dak Prescott, between Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. A single pass to CeeDee Lamb, Lou wins. Anything, really. And they needed to get down the field because they were down by 2 touchdowns or 2 scores at that point, something like that. So they needed to move quickly. I, at that point, had mostly given up and was assuming I was going to win, but I still had the game on. And I was, at that point, giving my son a bath. He has been getting into my fantasy team, which just cracks me up. It's amazing. And I love the kid. He's getting into fantasy. He loves watching the countdowns with me. The countdown for Red Zone, obviously, I'm in. And he was watching the game with me while we were in the bath. And I was like, all right, last drive, bud. If he catches a single pass or he throws a pass over like 20 yards, it's game over. We were both watching at the same time as Dak Prescott went incomplete to CeeDee Lamb. Incomplete to someone else. Incomplete on a third play to nobody. And then proceeded, or I think he got sacked on one of those. Anyway, and then proceeded to throw a long bomb that got intercepted to end the game and give me the 135 to 132 point win, as Dak Prescott needed to get 1 point between him and CeeDee Lamb, and instead he got negative 2 points, which was very funny to me. That's really all I had to say about that. We can move on from week 9. I don't think anything else major happened. Pete upset Jason. Good job, Pete. Moving on. Week 10. This is another big week for me. Aside from pointing out that JT is filthy. He was filthy in that game. Even that game even went into overtime, and he got a bonus overtime touchdown at the end there to bring him up to 53 points. Ridiculous. Bringing him to now the number 1 overall player in fantasy football on the year. I also have the number 15 overall fantasy player, and he's on bye that week. That's right. And the number 25 overall fantasy player, and none of them are QB, which I find rather amusing. But yeah. Anyway, I played Matt. He put up a good fight, but then, yeah, I mean, pretty much JT kind of fucked him pretty early on, so he didn't have much of a chance. All I needed was some solid outing from JSN, and I got it. That's all I needed. Bada bing, bada boom, another win for Bob. Anything else to talk about here? Let's see. Week 10. Kevin put up a monster game. But, I mean, beating Andrew, but, I mean, to bring both of them to 6-4. Jason continues to win big. It's very annoying. I will say, you know what? I will say in that matchup against Lou from week 9, really, really quick, that, for all the ragging I gave Lou on his rookie running backs this whole year and his addiction to rookies, they have really come together for him now. The big games for Jonte Hendo and everything. I mean, and then another huge week in week 10 from his rookies. And I already know that he's starting off with yet another huge week for one of his rookie running backs. with Hendo going big in Thursday Night Football. So Blues team is finally coming together. I don't know if he can turn around his 4-6 record to make a big playoff run here, but I mean, it's definitely not out of the realm possibility. If we were playing Dynasty, Lou would be owning us, but luckily we're not playing Dynasty, and Lou keeps forgetting that. But yeah, no, his rookie running backs really are coming together. And I can't really even hate on him for that. So anyway, let's just move on to the rankings. So at the top of the England Lager division is now Sean, bucking the new dad trend. I have 2 new dads, and one obviously Sean, and one in my work fantasy, and both of them are doing too good. It's annoying. I mean, I'm very happy for you guys. I just wish that had been me, because I had a terrible season in my first year, and most of us do. But Sean sitting up top with a 2-game lead on his division, his Garbo division. Sean sitting on top with Lou, 2 games behind. Pete, has been very up and down this year, and honestly just keeps getting stomped with people scoring on him. He's just getting huge scores against him. I have a statistical bit that I want to do. I have to put it together though. I am very curious to see how everyone has ranked with their positional playing week to week throughout the season. And I'm pretty sure that is something that none of us have time to do. So I will be booting that to AI. We'll see how it does with it. I'm curious to see if Pete is even in the top 3 of quarterback. I assume he is. Yeah, I don't think he's number 1 though, in terms of the quarterback he plays each week. Anyway, moving on. In the Sam Adams division, and let's remember now, there's only 4 games left in the regular season for us. So we're really getting down to the wire here, folks. In the Sam Adams division, after Matt's lost to me and Andrew's lost to Jason, both of them have now dropped to 6-4. And they have a 2-game lead over Big Lou, who I'm playing this week, actually. And then, Jason rounding it out there. No Zelly has a winning record at the 4 game to go mark, which is something. It's historical. I mean, they've never done this poorly. So that's something. Forgot to mention Seth is on a big slide and has gotten to the bottom of the England Lager division. But again, it's 4-6, 4-6, 4-6. Like, they're only 2 games out. Any of you guys could take that division still from Sean, as is mostly the case for Sam Adams, although between Andrew and Matt, I think they are definitely the favorites to win. Moving on to true Georgetown Bodhisattva division. Give me my division back, Lou, you son of a bitch. Jason is still sitting on top with his 8-2 record. That should be 7-3, if not for stat corrections. You lucky son of a bitch. I have never seen a more lucky stat correction. It's ridiculous. Even that one I got against Big Lou years ago, where I ended up winning, was like a more reasonable stat correction, rather than them giving 1 extra pass defense to your defense to give you a barely win. Anyway, moving on. Jason's still leading me 1 game with his 8-2 record, and also the highest score. His team is scary. There's no doubt about that. He's starting to get a bit banged up, but we'll go over that as we look up the matchups this week. I'm sitting at a strong 7-3. I think I'm on a 4-game win streak, 3-game win streak, something like that. Anyway, doing pretty good. I'm very happy with my team this year. I'm excited to see where it goes. Kevin has been on a bit of a run himself, sitting out at 6-4. And I think he's not a few game win streak too, I believe. Kevin seems looking strong too. We'll look at that. And Joe needs to, play fantasy football. He's just sitting at barely over 1,000 points scored. That is not good. Not good. Anyway, moving on. Let's look at the matchups for this week, shall we? Computer. My Chrome is crashing out. Wonderful. One moment, please. Doobie-doo. Come on. I'm getting a new laptop sometime in the near future for work. I cannot wait for it. This one's getting slow and annoying. Stupid Apple and their planned obsolescence. Okay. And have you guys ever been so overstressed that you just want to cry, but you're too tired to be able to cry? That's how I feel right now. It's a blast. Anyway, working in news is so much fun these days. Let me tell you. Okay, we're back. Jesus Christ, what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, we're breaking down matchups. Might as well just start with mine first. Me going up against Big Lou after knocking off Little Lou 2 weeks ago. Have I played Johnny yet? I don't think I've played Johnny yet. Look forward to knocking off another Zelly later this year. But, this one's actually going to be a fairly tough one. As you may notice, a big missing piece here. Jonathan Taylor is on bye this week. It's my last of my 3 stars taking their bye. To be fair, I have won both of the times JSN and Jamar were on bye. JT's a bit harder, though, because I really do not have a fill-in for him. I barely have an RB2 in Nick Chubb, and you could certainly argue I don't have an RB2 in Nick Chubb. So, yeah, I mean, he's my RB1 this week. At least he's going up against Tennessee, and their run defense is terrible, but yeah, right now I'm starting to Bashaw Tootin as my RB2. And you may be aware he's not the starter there. He's only getting about 20% of the snaps. But that's no better than Chuba. I am going back and forth about who to go with. I mean, Bashal has a much better matchup, but again, not really playing much yet. So, yeah, Big Lou has a very solid chance against me this week, especially since he's got Warren going up against the Bengals. He's got Saquon going up against Detroit. That is Detroit. My God, those are 2 slugfests for his running backs. Okay, well, clearly Big Lou wins the running back matchups this week. But I still got JSN. And JSN going against the Rams. And now with Rashid Shaheed there to pull the top off so that pull the top coverage so that JSN isn't getting double teamed literally. Almost literally. Not quite literally, but almost literally every single play. I don't know if you guys have seen this at all, but JSN literally is getting doubled by the safety and the corners on every single play, and he is still shaking his defenders. JSN is something special, man. That dude is one of the shiftiest route runners I've ever watched, and holy hell, is he fun to watch live, especially. He just vanishes and then reappears on it. He's like a ninja. He vanishes and reappears in a puff of smoke on the other side of the defenders. It's ridiculous. Anyway, JSN going up against the Rams in a huge game for the Seahawks. Both the Rams and the Seahawks 7-2. Very big game. I'm expecting a lot for JSN. Also expecting a lot for Jamar Chase because, yeah, Pittsburgh's passing defense is garbage. I heard that they moved, what's his name? The almost washed up very good corner. They used to be on the Rams. Jalen Ramsey. They moved Jalen Ramsey to safety. They don't know what to do with their corners, their defensive backs. Yeah, so that's a good matchup for me. He's got Quentin Johnson. He has Nico Collins going against Tennessee, which is a very good matchup. I'm not looking forward to that. But I got Khalil Shakir without Dalton Kincaid, unfortunately, now. But going up against Tampa Bay, which Tampa Bay just constantly gets into these slugfests. So wide receivers, that's where I'm going to be making my money this week, especially if Pearsall, who I've been stashing for weeks now, actually plays and plays well in his return from the injury. We shall see. He had a very good start to the season before getting injured. A fairly good start. So, hopefully good things to come. I really want him to be my wide receiver 3 since, sadly, Chris Godwin's fibula is still giving him an ouchie. It's just a shame. JT, come back to me, boy. I miss you. Anyway, it's going to be a rough matchup for me. I mean, if there's any week that Big Lou has a solid chance of beating me, it's this one. So, obviously, I'm going to pick myself. But, yeah, I mean, I like his matchup this week. I like his matchups this week. It's good. He's got a good chance. He's got a real good shot. So good luck to you, Big Lou. But we'll see. I want to add another Zelly to my list. Moving on to a different Zelly, as it was stated before, little Lou has already gotten a big boost from Hendo. My dad, I will say, is getting very excited about his Patriots for the first time in a number of years. I'm very happy for him. I think. I mean, Belichick's not there anymore, so I don't really hate the Patriots as much. Really don't like Bill Belichick. Anyway, Lou's also got Rico Dowdle because I hate him. I wish I had Rico Dowdle. Juba, why? Not a lot of points from Breece Hall on Pete's side of this equation. And he was the only one who was remotely useful on the Jets side in that game. Pete's still got Kyron Williams, though. He's got Josh Allen going to Tampa Bay, as I mentioned before. It's probably going to be a slugfest. Pete's got to figure out his wide receivers, obviously. Michael Pittman is on a bye. Oh, I feel like my brain is melting out of my ears. Dear God, please end this week. And Lou's got Ashton Jetsy going up against Dallas in his flex. That's a strong flex play from him. Pete going with the double tight end play, which actually worked out for me when I did it for the first time in 5 years, something like that. Going double tight end a few weeks ago against Lou, and it actually worked out great. It was a last minute decision too, so maybe I'm wrong about all my shade I've been throwing at Pete and Lou this past few seasons. You're not on the right track. Lou more than Pete, but we'll see how it plays out. I may have gotten some insider information about something going on between these two, and somebody should have taken the trade, maybe, but I'm not going to say anything more than that. Or maybe he shouldn't have. Who knows? I told him I wasn't going to comment on it. I guess I'm sort of commenting on it now. I'm not going to say anything more than that. So, because guys, please do trade offers. It's absurd that our league doesn't trade. We got too many guys that know fantasy football too well. I welcome any trade offer. Send it my way. I'll look at it. If it's for JT or JSN, I'm going to laugh at it and say no. But otherwise, I'm not saying I'm going to deal Jamar Chase, but he's not on the table. I'll say that much. I really could use an RB2 and also a wide receiver. You're gonna have to upgrade your wide receiver and downgrade a running back if you want Jamar Chase from me. Yeah, but anyway, who's gonna win this game? Probably Lily. It's probably Lily. Sorry, Pete. I can't even say I hope you win. You're both sitting at 4-6. I don't really care who wins this one. I guess I don't want Lou to make it into the playoffs because he scares me in the playoffs, even if he's running with nothing but 18-year-olds, allegedly, in his roster. So, moving on. We've also got Mr. Leave It in the Zone, Seth, going up against the three-peat loading. Three-peat loading is loading about as fast as a Windows load. God, that's an old joke. A Windows loading bar gets right up to 80% and then sits there for the last 20% going for like 3 hours. Nobody can get that reference except for Lou and Matt. Oh, God. Moving on. I'm getting old. Let's see. Wow. Andrew has a big cock. No, a big, I don't really know. I've never seen it. Unlike Pete, I've seen his penis way too often. What a life we've lived, folks. What a life we've lived, boys. All right. He's got a big projection. Oh my God, this is hard to do at 2 a.m. All right, he's got a big projection lead over Seth. Why is that? Let's see. Oh, Andrew took Baker Mayfield before I could snatch him back up. That's who it was. Smart play, Andrew. Smart play. And Andrew's got Kamara on bye, and he's still projected for. Oh, no. Is it? He's got an empty defense, though, and he's still projected at 148. Good God. Just because Josh Jacobs is going against the Giants? Well, I mean, they're not a good run defense, but okay. Seth has A.J. Brown. Here's an interesting one. I'm assuming you Eagles guys know about this, but that live stream he did playing Madden, that whole story's pretty funny, where he was bitching and moaning, playing as the Eagles and throwing to himself and saying, oh, you got to get this guy involved early. and just joking with his friend about how the Eagles don't use him right. Either A.J. Brown's not going to be an Eagle. It feels like either A.J. Brown's going to push himself out of Philly this year, or Philly is going to start greasing the shit out of that squeaky wheel. And they really should, because it's kind of absurd that A.J. Brown's not getting more involved, especially since the run game is not what it has been for you guys. Seth also has Jerry Slayton out, and he needs to replace him. Who's he got? Let's see. Oh, he's got Shaheed. That could be a dark horse play. I was him. I might play Shaheed because I got a feeling. I got a feeling about him. The way we used him. We didn't use him very much last week, but we definitely want to use him, and he's definitely going to be a burner. And if they focus on JSN, he is going to get some wide open backfield chances. Behind the defense, chances to catch the ball. We shall see. We shall see. So to finish my point on AJ Brown, sorry, this is all over the place. My brain is as the AJ Brown. I have a feeling he might actually have a huge game, especially against Detroit, who's been letting people get a lot of huge games. You know what? I'm bucking the projection trend. I think Seth's going to win this. I think he's going to get off the snide and get a nice win here. So go Seth. Andrew's slow loading repeat will have to wait one more week. Moving on to Matt versus Sean, a big 6-4 battle here. Matt rocking with Sam Darnold this week. I think it's a strong play. I feel pretty good about that play. Sam's been playing hot the last few weeks. Give me that. Not on the streaming radar for week 11, says the latest news. Well, you know what, Rotoballer? I disagree. It was funny that we absolutely throttled Arizona and Sam Darnold did absolutely nothing because, he threw 12 passes, one of which was a touchdown, had 178 yards on 10 completions, and then we just ran the ball for the rest of the game. We threw it twice in the second half. It was funny. That game was funny. We just scored so easily on Cardinals with two fumble sixes involving the exact same person strip sacking Jacoby Brissett and the exact same person in DeMarcus Lawrence running it in for the touchdown. That was a fun game to watch. Hero was enjoying that one, watching that one with us too, with me, because Rachel and her mom were at the game. Anyway, moving on. Seahawks. You guys know I like them. We don't need to talk about it. Go Hawks. He's also got Christian McCaffrey going against Arizona. I do think it's going to be a big game for him. Sean has RJ Harvey now with, I believe, what's his name is actually ruled out. Yes, he has been officially ruled out. J.K. Dobbins has been officially ruled out. So RJ Harvey is going to get his shot here to lead the backfield. Will it be big points for Sean? I think there's a solid chance it will be. Every time I see Vidal sitting there, I'm very envious, Sean. Very envious. Wish you had outbid me for the other guy I've already forgotten and dropped. Anyway, moving on. Matt's got Rashee Rice. Good matchup. Well, actually, not a good matchup against Denver, but Sean's got Dunze going against Minnesota. I like that matchup actually more. I'm not sure if his projections are right here. Ooh, Sean's playing Tyler Lockett. Look, I love Tyler Lockett, and somebody does have to catch passes in Las Vegas. But there is a reason why their number one wide receiver has now twice pushed himself out of the team. So I don't know. Things aren't working out for Las Vegas, and I feel bad for them because I wanted the Seahawks veterans team to actually do good. But there's a reason why they're veterans and not on the Seahawks anymore. As much as I love Tyler Lockett. He's doing great in real estate here. Anyway, moving on. MS got Sam Laporta out now. Does he have another tight end? He does not. So that's something Matt's going to have to rectify. Ooh, it's going to be a tough one. Both of you guys have some handicaps and some boons that are going to work out for you. I am going to go with Matt getting off of his 2-game slide. 2-game slide, I think. I've already forgotten. I know I beat him last week. And I think Sean's going to, finally start feeling the lack of sleep that I guess Carrie must be feeling since Sean's been in Vegas while Carrie's been taking care of the kid in Ireland. I don't know how you work that one out. That was only 1 week. I know. I'm joking. Okay. Back to the matchups. What are we doing? You guys, I'm picking Matt on that one. Moving on. Jay-Z going up against JD and Joe. Anyway. Oh man, Jay-Z, I thought you had a bunch of buy players and that's why your thing was long, but it's not the case. Man, is Joe gonna have another big week? You got Bijan going against Carolina. Ooh. Cook going against Tampa Bay. Ugh. Kirk going against Tennessee. Ugh. Actually, I don't know if that will work out, but it might. They are bad against the pass. Mark's going against Tennessee. They're much worse against the run, so that's a good one for him. Let's see. Jay-Z only got 15 points for Big Ben. Start the week. Yeah. Jay-Z really needs a win, but I think Joe might win this, if only because he doesn't actually have to change his roster for once. If Joe had a single bye week guy in there or a guy that was injured and that he wouldn't get around to switching, I think John would have this, but I gotta go with Joe on this one. To get his third win and to bring them both to 3-8. What an exciting matchup. All right, and the last big matchup, Jason going against Kevin. Now here is a good matchup because Kevin has been soaring lately. Big points in recent weeks, especially last week. And Jason has been soaring almost every week. There's been very few weeks that he hasn't soared. Much like the Ravens, he weathered having Lamar Jackson out for those 3 weeks. Annoyingly, I think he did lose 2 games in that span, but still. Sorry, it was very late. And another one, Troy Franklin, still very upset that I ended up dropping him the week before he went big. It made sense at the time. Yeah, he's got Franklin going against Kansas City. Puka going against Seattle. I mean, Puka knew he was going to do good anyway. Actually, now that I think about it, let's look at last year. Where we at? 2024. Let's see. Last year, when he played us, he got 2 points. And then when he played us the second time, he got no points because he was injured. I think he was injured at the end of that. In his rookie season, remembering this right, 17 points against us the first time we played. Okay, so he had one good game there. That was the second time we played. First time we played, oh yeah, that was the time. Oh God, I forgot. Really? That year when he exploded in week 1? That was against us? I did not remember that. Oh. Well, would you look at that? All right, well, Puka was good first year. Bad second year against the Seahawks. I will say the Seahawks secondary is finally getting healthy, and also our linebacker core, and we've been great without everybody. So might be tough sledding for Puka. And Kevin's got Jahmyr Gibbs going against Philly. That should be a big scoring game, or maybe it will be another 6-3 affair. Who knows? Philly's games have been weird the last few. It is another primetime game. Good God, you guys have a lot of primetime games this year. And Detroit. I swear to God, Detroit's a no freaking primetime game. Drake London's been out of this world recently too, and he's going against Carolina. Crazy. You know what? I'm going with Kevin on this one. I know that projection says that, and this projection says this. I think Miami's going to fall apart this week against Washington because they're easy, and Miami has been playing down to the level of a lot of teams. I think it's all the coke their coke dealer head coach has been selling them. Who really knows? I don't know. I'm taking a wild shot at it. Let's go, Kevin. I think Kevin's going to get the big win. Let's go, Kev. All right. That's it. It's all of them. Oh, good. My Chrome's about to crash again. Perfect timing. Thanks, Chrome. Let's just go ahead and cancel that. Sound presenting. Okay. So what have we learned? We've learned that I like my team, and I'm going to start getting annoying about it if I get another win. So wink. What else have we learned? Jason's team's still very strong, and he scares me. We've also learned that the Zellies are on the upswing, but also still on the downswing. And we've also learned that my brain doesn't work very well at 2 a.m. This editing will be weird. see how it goes. Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this rambling, nonsensical late night missive. Yeah. Go Hawks. Go J6 and good luck to everyone. It's that Big Luke. Peace.